Hey, what's up, guys? How's it going? I am going to draw RoboCop, the original from the 1980s movies. At least just kind of a bust shot from the head. I'm using a pencil, and like I say in every video, it doesn't matter what kind of pencil you use. Makes no difference to this process at all, because I'm not going to be shading intricately or anything like that, so it doesn't really matter. I don't even really know if it... I guess it kind of does matter for shading sometimes. More for me, it depends on the paper more. But I guess, yeah, the pencil does matter for certain types of shading, which I will go over if you guys want me to in another video. But right now, hopefully you saw that, I'm going to draw a circle. And that's just kind of the skull, you know what I mean? Without the jaw or anything like that. That's kind of what I'm representing. I'm going to draw a straight line down from the sides here. I'm going to pull down into the jaw area. RoboCop is one of those more, I feel, very simple designs. I actually wasn't a big fan of the old movie design, you know? I know that's an awful thing to say. I didn't like his legs. His legs look giant, you know? They look too big in proportion to the rest of his body, so his legs look kind of like chicken legs to me. I didn't really like it. So I kind of do like the design of the new... in the new movie, they have a gray version. I haven't seen the movie, keep in mind. But it came out this weekend. They had a gray version in the movie, and I thought that looked awesome. Looks just like the original. Is awesome. Except, they got the proportions a little bit better. And then the new black outfit in the RoboCop movie, I'm not digging that outfit. But just my opinion, just purely an opinion. So anyways, we got a head right here, generic head type. Hopefully you can see that, and we're looking through the camera. Yeah. Now, I'm going to divide it into thirds. Despite him, he's going to have this big bowl on his head, right? I am going to think about where the eye line... Well, you don't even have to do that. Let's just cut that out. I'm going to think about the bowl. That big old fish bowl he's got flipped over upside down in his head. And I'm going to put a line where I think it's going to be. It's going to be right there, I think. If halfway was right here, I'm going to make it, I don't know, over here. So I'd say it's a little bit lower than halfway, in my opinion. Depends if he's looking up or down, all that stuff. And I know they use some different models in the old movies between pictures. So I'm going to have his bowl coming down. He's got no ears. And it's not totally, it's round, but there's definitely a slight showing of the form. Slight showing of the form there. And I'm still going light, He's got a chin strap, which is pretty cool. I'm going to put that. He's got kind of... Also, his masseter seems to be strapped in as well. I'm going to toy with the shape here of his chin. Shoulder piece. He's got like kind of a massive chest plate that kind of goes over. So I'm going to just indicate that. Hopefully that comes out on camera, and it does. Just going to indicate that stuff. Alrighty. Now we got kind of a general idea of proportion down. This is kind of like stage 1. Or, kind of going into stage 2 in a way almost. So now I'm gonna go a little darker with this thing. I'm gonna sharpen this, by the way. Hold on. Alright, cool. And I'm gonna kind of trace where I want the eyes first, just lightly first, actually. You gotta remember that this thing is gonna wrap around his head, so kind of put some slight curvature in it. If he's slightly going, facing upward, slightly curve it. Or if he's slightly facing downward, curve it. But just remember there is a curvature. You can't see it as much when he's just straight up like that. He'd have to turn his head up, and it would look very curved, or down, it would look very, very curved. Another line. He's got kind of a design line here. Alright. And he has this little frowny. Always that little frown. Alright. Now, let's get into some dark stuff here, as in darkening the pencil. Excuse me, I'm starting slightly getting over a cold. All right. Darkening the visor in. Actually, let's throw a little circle here too in perspective because that's kind of part of his character. And end it over here. Lower portion of the helmet where it's going to go into the skin. It might cast a small cast shadow. I'm not really going to put that in there. That's going to go all the way to the edge. This lower portion. Excuse me. Let's draw that lip type. Excuse me. The lip has that Cupid's bow kind of shape to it. It's that kind of facing upward there. Almost like Cupid's bow, you know, like an arrow goes through. Woo! That's what I've always heard it simplified as. We're going to give him kind of this grumpy cat thing going on. I am going to shade this in because I want you to be able to tell it's the upper lip. And in comics, they tend to shade the upper lip and then shade right below the lower lip, you know. For women, it'd be a little different, but for guys, they do that a lot to kind of show it's a guy there. I'm going to move his chin strap a little bit up more. I'm going to make sure his jaw's in there, you know. Like, people forget about the jaw because it's turning that way, but it's still there. It's just going to be turned a little bit. Excuse me again. Other side of the chin strap. And this, it gets a little ambiguous because it's totally black, you know, in the movie. So you could kind of make up your own designs here if you want. I could change it up if I want. I'll do it change it up a tiny bit. Sometimes you can either make his jaw go way out here, like in the movie, or you could change it up a little bit. But I guess I'll do it like it is there. I'm really sorry about that. Actually, his neck is also a little skinnier. Got that robo neck. It's kind of like ratchety. Not going to think too much of the neck though because it's not really what I'm concentrating on. So a lot of stuff down here is going to be a little bit of an afterthought. Let's go back up here. And all I really got to do at this point is just kind of refine, you know? Refine the shape, and pretty much means... And pretty much all that needs to be done here is darkening a little bit. That's why you do those first steps. It's because you don't have to think all at once, you know? You think in stages. If I went right in with that dark line, it could be totally in the wrong place, you know? And then I'd have to redraw it, and then it would just be a hassle, and it would be frustrating. So I think at one stage at a time. I think of just, you know, just the proportion, then just the line, It's just it makes things so much easier. Circle here that latches his helmet on. Now, I'm just thinking of a circle in perspective, slightly tilting back into space. Looks so strange in a drawing. I've never seen it. I guess I have seen drawings of RoboCop, but not a bunch. And just for this, I might shade a little bit of the visor. If you want to make something look like shine, I would, one second. Sorry about that, I gotta think. I am just gonna shade it in. There's not a whole lot behind my thinking of this. I'm just trying to shade it in and let, you know, maybe a little pieces of shine come out. And the pieces of shine are pretty much random. In my case, you know, I know some guys really think about it. I am not great at shine, so I'm not thinking about it. I'm just trying to make it not look like his eyes are. I'm trying to make that look like shine and not like their eyes, you know. Because if it looks too much like eyes, it'll look retarded, you know. I'm just gonna shade most of it. Alright, let me darken this in here more so that stands out, that pops out. That's, the focus is usually in the eyes. Alright. And that's about it. That's a quick RoboCop. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate anybody watching. I'm very flattered anybody watches. You know, when I draw, I'm extremely, you know, flattered. I will watch this movie this weekend, you know, the remake, and very curious about the remake. I hope it turns out good, you know. So, thanks a lot, guys. And please buy an armadillo. That's our pencil case that we advertise on this page. And good luck in your own drawing. Keep practicing, and let me know about any comments that you have. Thanks a lot, guys. See ya.